Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. XRP is one of the most, if not the most, useful cryptocurrency on the entire damn planet out of close to 20,000 coins that are tracked on coinmarketcap.com. And it's solving real problems for real people, used in enterprise-grade software today. So the question is, when will the rest of the coins get wiped out, damn it? Because they don't do a damn thing. The vast majority of them do absolutely nothing. And a lot of them are just outright scams. Well, one of my favorite chart analysts out there in the world of crypto, he shared some perspective on this actually, dating back to 2019. So it's kind of fun to look back on knowing what we know now, looking back on a tweet from late 2019, kind of thinking out what's it going to look like? When are things actually finally going to crater down? What will be the impetus for such? So I want to talk about that, and also I want to let you know. The rich people out there have been and continue to position themselves for the next move to the upside. Take a look at this headline. This is from you today. Bitcoin getting heavily accumulated as number of 10,000 Bitcoin addresses soars. So we're talking about the number of Bitcoin addresses that have at least 10,000 Bitcoin in them. It's soaring. The richest people are purchasing from the people that are panic selling right now. Here's another headline. This is just amazing. There's some really cool stuff in this article, so I want to share a portion of it with you. This is from the Daily Hodl titled, "The richest Bitcoin whale in existence now has over $2.7 billion in Bitcoin after massive series of transactions." So think about this. The rich people out there, they have no question as to whether or not markets will recover. They have no question as to whether or not market participants will get greedy and push prices up further through wild speculation and irrational behavior. They have no question. That's going to happen. So they're positioning themselves right now. That's exactly what they're doing. The market moves in tandem. XRP is part of the market. What the hell do you think is going to happen? Especially considering, even if you're like me and you're like, okay, utility matters, people don't sufficiently price that in today, but it does sufficiently matter. What do you think is going to happen over the long haul? Once utility does matter in a mature market. And fine, if you don't want to look that far ahead, what's going to happen when markets recover just because of pure wild speculation, unbridled speculation? Well, I'll hazard a guess here. I think XRP is going to hit its all-time high and enter price discovery. And we haven't seen a true alt season. And I refuse to believe that Bitcoin will be the only cryptocurrency to survive, the one coin to rule them all, especially considering it's not technologically sufficient to solve most problems that could be solved by cryptocurrencies. Let's just word it that way. But before sharing any additional thoughts, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, as I record this, XRP is at 36 cents, and for those of you that are unaware, I mentioned this the other day, XRP has regained the number 6 spot in market cap. It was recently in spot number 8, but it moved up to 7, and then up to 6. Of course, you got Binance USD behind. You got a stablecoin right behind it, barely. So maybe a stablecoin's, because reasons it's in the list, it's just maybe it's going to take the spot. I don't know. You got Bitcoin at $21,478, market cap for the asset class, $977 billion. So trying to get back to that $1 trillion mark, and Bitcoin dominance at 41.91%. Another way of saying this is we moving sideways, son. That's what's happening in terms of price action, and people don't seem to mind that, at least not quite as much as they have in recent days. Here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 14 out of 100. So yes, market participants still in extreme fear, but it was just last week that it was at 6 out of 100, which is just 1 point away from the all-time low, which is 5 out of 100 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and that happened, if memory serves, I think it was October 2019. Take a look at this tweet. This is from Lub Crypto, and I shared the first tweet on your screen back when it was originally put out there, June 21st. And chart analyst Lub Crypto simply wrote, XRP to 44 to 45 cents in the short term. Now, I don't remember exactly what the price, the low and the high would have been that day, but you know that XRP was in the 29 to 30 cent range-ish around that time, and it's nice to see that it had recently pushed up recently as high as 38 cents. And he does think it's going to be going higher. And so far, it's been heading in the direction that he says we should be expecting. And so his tweet from today, just this morning, which was a follow-up, he wrote, "Consolidating under resistance, building momentum for the next rise towards my trade targets, 44 cents. Hey, wouldn't mind seeing that. But I don't mind what happens either way, because even if we see lower prices, you will sufficiently entice me to buy even more. Not XRP specifically. My XRP bags are filled, so I will be diversified into other cryptocurrencies. XRP is my favorite crypto, my largest holding, so no, I'm not buying more XRP. I realized that in late 2020, if I didn't stop, I had to admit that I had a serious problem. So I just stopped, because I don't want to admit it's a problem, damn it. Now take a look at this, though, from Credible Crypto. This is the tweet that I was referencing at the outset of the video, and I think Credible Crypto is one of the best out there in terms of technical analysis in crypto markets. And so this tweet on your screen, and there is a chart for those of you that care to look, this tweet's from November 24th, 2019. And he simply wrote in the tweet, "The best and worst is yet to come." And I don't remember exactly what the price was at the time, but, you know, we were just trying to get out of the bear market, you know, for most of 2019. So whatever the price was for Bitcoin, it wasn't that high. And same would be true for XRP, of course. But in this chart, he did note where a bottom was, and he was speculating about the future. And he called this, he had a little subheading here of the real bear market, and he wrote the following. And this is pointing at, by the way, for those of you not looking, towards, call it what? The end of 2024, somewhere there, about something like that. And so he's talking about the future, obviously. So we're not even at that point yet. But he said, start of the first major cyclical bear market, correcting the entire move up from Bitcoin's inception in 2010, akin to the dot-com era crash. It is during this period that a majority of S-word coins will be wiped out. Okay, so this is something that I've been talking about since I started this channel, this Moon Lambo channel with a silly-ass name. I've been wondering it since late 2017 when I jumped into the world of crypto. When are we going to actually have this cleansing where the vast majority of crap coins that don't do a damn thing actually go to zero? Now, again, it's like I just said a moment ago, jumped into crypto late 2017, weird time to jump in, weeks before we had the crazy blow off top where Bitcoin hit almost $20,000, it was the then all-time high. You had an insane alt season. You had XRP running up to almost $4. Weird time to happen to have jumped into crypto. And once we hit the bear market at the beginning of 2018, there's no shortage of speculators saying, well, here it is. We needed to have this. This is, you know, it's not fun to see prices go down, but we needed this cleansing so that all of the crap coins go away. And I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, okay, maybe. I wasn't sure. I'm completely honest, I wasn't sure if that would be the moment where that would happen. But I said, I'm not so sure because, yeah, I saw a lot of coins go down over 80%, over 90%, over 95% for some of them even more than that. And I said, true, they did that, but I don't see them at zero. I see them still being traded, and I see people being irrational. So where's this confidence that there's going to be a cleansing of the system at this point? And at that point, there may have been somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2,000 cryptocurrencies or something. And so my skepticism was rightly placed because we went from 2,000-ish coins during the bear market to now, today, about 20,000 coins, and people still haven't figured this out, which is hilarious in my estimation. My humble opinion, which is the right way to say the word opinion. Why do you all say it weird? It's opinion. Get all fancy about it. But still, I fully acknowledge, I've been saying this from the beginning too, there's going to be the .com.j's this moment where almost every coin on the planet goes to zero. So why aren't we seeing that now? Well, there's a few primary reasons. There's a frenzy around the asset class, clearly. It's not clear which cryptocurrencies deserve to be here. Most aren't actually solving real problems for real people. And another factor which you didn't have during the .com era, that crash, was community around coins. There's communities around these coins. Some of them are small communities, some are gigantic, like the XRP community, absolutely gigantic. That is a factor which makes it less likely that these coins will literally go to zero. But at some point, you know, these communities are going to have to disband or something, some of the smallest ones that aren't solving any real problems. And the market will figure that out. I do believe that. But I think that's a factor that you didn't have during the dot-com boom and bust, which is why when you saw that in the late 90s and in the early 2000s, all it took was one massive bubble, the bubble popped, and that was it. Whereas with crypto, it's like bubble inflate, bubble pop. Bubble inflate higher, bubble pop. Bubble inflate even higher, bubble pop. Like, that's the pattern you keep seeing. Why don't they just go to zero, damn it? It's annoying. Well, it's still going to happen, but it's less clear which cryptocurrencies deserve to be here. It really is. And so if you just consider all those things, that's my speculation anyway. If anybody has any additional reasons, I always find this to be a fun topic of conversation, but that's the way I'm looking at it. So it's coming, I just don't pretend to know when. But what he's saying here is this is going to happen. This is back in 2019, he's guessing this. 2024-ish And it's like, yep, that's the come to Jesus moment, which could be the case. Like, say we have our next pop off and then, okay, because it's not happening right now. Like, coins aren't going to zero right now. So this is not the moment. This is not the moment. The whole crypto asset class is still moving in tandem. So the next opportunity would be after another bubble forms and then pops. And then maybe then. And that's the point in time that he's talking about. That's what he's saying. He could be right about that, but I don't know, because we've already had multiple bubbles pop for over a decade. It's been happening. So I'm not confident it's going to be, but it's reasonable to speculate it might happen. We shall see. And then we've got this. I don't really need to read this article from you today. Again, I cited this at the beginning of the video. Bitcoin getting heavily accumulated as a number of 10,000 Bitcoin addresses soars. So again, that's addresses with 10,000 Bitcoin at least soaring, as the little shrimpies out there, the people that have substantially less than one Bitcoin, just panic selling. There's no shortage of people that have been doing that recently. But the rich people, they're just like, yeah, well, we know how this goes. We're just going to continue to purchase because it doesn't make sense to have this fear. And you're seeing this with XRP too, most certainly. You know, the whole market moves in tandem. It's true of every coin. It's just that Bitcoin gets discussed the most, and I'm happy to talk about it too on my channel, even though this is an XRP-centric channel, because Bitcoin leads the market regardless of whether or not I like it or you like it. It leads the market. We have to pay attention. And so again, this headline from the Daily Hodl: the richest Bitcoin whale in existence now has over $2.7 billion in Bitcoin after a massive series of transactions. The world's largest non-exchange Bitcoin whale now holds over $2 billion worth of Bitcoin after a string of massive transactions earlier this month. According to crypto data platform BitInfo Charts, the whale has added 2,554 Bitcoin in a series of transactions since June 14th. Between June 14th and the 18th, the whale purchased 1,698 Bitcoin worth $36.62 million. And since then, the whale has accumulated 856 Bitcoin worth $17.35 million. Now, it's worth pausing here to note, it's clear that this whale is not worried about tagging the exact bottom. This whale will spend millions of dollars on Bitcoin and then watch it go down in price relative to USD, United States dollars, and doesn't care and buys more. That's the mindset that I have. I have nowhere near that sort of wealth, but I do have that mindset. I share that. I have no fear. I'm basically a robot. I don't have emotions because they're stupid. That's the reason. Piece continues. Bitcoin is trading at $21,198 at the time of writing. The richest non-exchange Bitcoin whale currently holds a total of 130,227 Bitcoin, or 0.68% of the current supply. That's insane. I mean, the percentage might sound small to you, but my gosh, think about all the Bitcoin in existence. Currently, there's a little over 19 million that's been mined. Think about how there's 8 billion humans on the planet, and this one human has 0.68% of the entire supply. Like, what? That's awesome. There's whales in every. That's why people like to give XRP crap, because there's whales. I'm like, dude, there's whales in Bitcoin too, and they have an impact on the market. Okay, whatever. Let's just move on. Anyway, piece continues. So anyway, it is the world's third largest. This whale account, it's the world's third largest Bitcoin whale after the wallets belonging to Binance and Bitfinex crypto exchanges. So this is the largest non-crypto whale on the entire planet in Bitcoin. According to crypto analytics firm Sentiment, the crypto market downturn has triggered an increase in the number of Bitcoin whales. Bam. That's the most important line in this entire article. The crypto market downturn has triggered an increase in the number of Bitcoin whales. I can translate that for you in case you're having a little trouble out there. As people have panic sold, the rich people are like, yeah, well, I know how this goes. I'm just going to purchase your fear. They bought all that Bitcoin up. And it's not just Bitcoin. They're doing it with XRP or pick your altcoin. It's happening with pretty much all of them. You can find some outliers because there's like 20,000 coins tracked by CoinMarketCap, like I said. Fine. I'm sure you could find some. But this is what's happening. So, like, I have zero fear. I'm just sitting here holding. I think my XRP is going to be worth an absolute fortune. I can't wait until it is so that I can sell most or all of it one day. That's my plan. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.